Good morning, Brian here, Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this car here, 2017 172 registered Kia Sportage Platinum. In this video, we're going to look around the features on the outside and the inside of this car, and we're going to have a drive as well. So hopefully at the end of this video then, if you're considering buying this car, you'll know a lot more about it, or if you're just interested in general in a Kia Sportage Platinum specification, again, you'll know more about it too. And if you think the video is useful, please do like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or if there's any information I've missed, let me know in the comment section below. Or if you're in Ireland and you're thinking about buying this car, if you want any information about trading your car, if you want information about finance, or if you want information about this car, 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, and I'll be happy to go through any information that you need. So let's start off by having a look at the features on the outside of this car, and then we're going to go for a spin straight away afterwards, and then we'll get on to the interior as well. Starting off then, unfortunately it's a bit damp this morning, so there is a bit of water in the car. But I will assure you, this is a particularly tidy vehicle. I suppose, how do you say that without sounding like such a car salesman? I promise, it is just one of those things that when I sat into the car, inside and even looking around the outside, it's just been really well maintained throughout. And I guess black is such an unforgiving colour. If there was scratches or marks, they would show up pretty quick on it. So anyway, if you do come to look at it, I'd be very confident that you'll be happy with condition overall. Notable features to me on the outside of the car then includes that nice grille on the front with the bits of chrome around it, and it's also got a nice chrome section just underneath those front fog lights as well. The headlights on the car then contain obviously indicators, and they have the dipped and full beam on the outside, and on the inside then you have that really cool looking parking light which also serves as a daytime running lamp. Wheels in the car then are a 17-inch alloy wheel with a 225/60/17 tyre, which actually is a reasonably common tyre size these days. So in terms of expense, when a tyre size is pretty common, it actually becomes reasonably priced because a lot of people are looking and demand is high. So they're not a difficult car in terms of servicing or in terms of tyres. This particular car travels just about 65,000 kilometres, so we're going to service the car, which means when you pick it up, you're ready to go. And again, the car's got a full service history as well, so there's great peace of mind in that, because you know that means the car's been looked after properly so far, and we will continue to do that when we service it before you collect it. Continuing on looking at the car on the outside in terms of style, the car's got nice chrome surrounds around the windows. It's also got chrome door handles, which are lovely on the black car, and it's got a nice set of brushed aluminium roof rails up high. Again, you can put roof bars on top of them, but they also look pretty nice as well. And because the Platinum model, you also get privacy glass on the rear. Point of note on these, we actually are a Hyundai dealer, so we sell the Tucson, and the Sportage is basically Kia's version of the Tucson. Both companies are the same, Hyundai and Kia, almost the exact same in terms of cars, because the two companies are pretty much the same company. There's no right or wrong with this stuff. In terms of part numbers, mechanicals, all that kind of stuff, both cars share everything. But the difference here is we find that people come in, some people love the Tucson, some people love the Sportage. It ain't right or wrong, it's just what you actually prefer in terms of styling and how it drives. But in fairness, one thing the Kia does have is that 7-year warranty. So this is a 2017 car on a 172 plate, which means you have a warranty till the middle of 2024. I quite like that big long strip between the two tail lamps at the back. It's quite a distinctive looking feature. And then down low we'll have parking sensors, and as we see inside the car then we're going to have a reverse camera. And the rear spoiler up on top of the roof just finishes off the rear quite nicely. And for anyone that's got an eagle eye, they might notice obviously that we haven't got the plates on this one. The reason is I just haven't got them made yet, so I have to put those ones on for the video. This is an Irish car, 172K 409. We run all the data checks and all that kind of stuff anyway, but the reason the plates aren't on it is just because we haven't got them made up yet. So let's go for a drive, and before we do, one other thing to note, the key will allow you to basically control the lights, so I can turn them on or I can turn them off using the key, and similarly then, using the key I can let the wing mirrors out, or similarly I can use the key to bring the wing mirrors back in. Getting into the car then, we'll start the car up. We get the first welcome screen. I like the clocks on these, actually nice big white clocks with red dials. Very, very cool. Car's recurring service, which we are going to do pretty soon. So normally what I find on these cars is somewhere in the region of about 6 to 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres. That's somewhere in the mid 40s in terms of miles per gallon. You can definitely improve on this, but it really depends on your driving style and the environment that you're in. So that is the average that I've seen on the Tucson and any of the Sportages that we've sold. Sitting in the car then, this is going to be the view that we've got in front of us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a quick drive in the car and see how it feels. The other thing as well is road tax is 200 quid for the year. In terms of the steering wheel, it's rake reach, so I can go in, out, up and down, and then the seat that I'm in is height adjustable, and we'll also see in a sec then it's also got a feature which is lumbar support for your lower back. So for anyone that is basically not used to an SUV at this stage, the whole idea in a car like this is straight away you'll get into it and you'll go, wow, this is so nice because I'm high off the ground and I have lovely visibility, and it's just a nice seating position overall. And that's definitely one of the biggest reasons that things like the Sportage and also the Tucson, they sold quite well. But another reason is you're high off the ground, it felt like a Jeep, but it drives like a car. You still want a car that actually doesn't pitch and roll and stuff, so on a back road, these cars still feel like a normal hatchback car, and that's what's great about them. So you don't have to be adjusting your driving style in any way, moving from a normal car into an SUV. So on a road like this, which has got lots of compressions and turns and bumps, Doesn't feel any different really than a hatchback car. And that gives you confidence. It's good to be confident in the car. It makes you feel safe. The engine in these cars then is a 1.7. Same engine that's in the Tucson. It is 115 horsepower, and to be fair, it's actually been really reliable in terms of intercoolers, turbos, ejectors, all that kind of stuff. These actually have been really good, and consider the amount of them that have been sold in Ireland. Customer satisfaction on Tucsons that we found has been very high, and because the Sportage is the same car, and any of the Sportages we sold, people have been very happy with them overall. And the warranty's long, and that's the great peace of mind there anyway. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and accelerate just to see what this engine is like. Gear change is lovely, so you'll see. So we're going to go from 0 to 120 as we join the motorway. There's a good strong engine in these and the Tucsons as well. They've been ultra reliable and they're nice to drive, as you can see, and they do get up through the gears. There's one very cool feature in the Sportage as well. If you see in the centre, it's telling us that we're doing 80 kilometers an hour and we're in an area that we can't overtake. It reads the speed signs, which is very cool, which in fairness on the same year of Tucson is not available. And even another small feature, when you go into reverse, it actually tells you that you're in reverse, which is quite handy. So let's continue on by looking at the inside of the car. In the boot floor, there is a spare wheel, which is standard. And then the boot in this car is in quite nice condition throughout. The thing on the Sportage that I haven't seen on the Tucson is an extra speaker, which I presume is a subwoofer in the rear. There is some small scuffing on either side along here, which unfortunately you do get on boots. But what I like is this whole area in the centre, nice and clean and tidy. There's a cover on the rear, which you get in a lot of cars, but it actually has an extra function on the Sportage. Because if you move the back tray back a little bit into the second setting, you will see in a sec that actually makes a big difference to the rear seats. When you're in the back of one of these, you have a recline function. It is really rare in a car. It's small, it makes a massive difference. If you want to sit back and be comfortable, my God, it makes such a difference in the back of a car. And in terms of size, I'm 6 foot, and that is the amount of space I have behind me, and that is all the way back. So there's actually really good legroom in the rear. Along here, we have kangaroo pockets in through here. And one thing, whoever came up with this, they didn't do it in the Tucson for some reason. In this one, we have a USB connector back here. So important these days. And then after that, a 12 volt outlet in through here and ventilation up through here. But the USB, my God, simple thing, but it makes such a big difference when your kid's in the back of the car. What's also cool as well is, okay, you have your electric windows, nothing major there, but you have heated rear seats, and that is no longer available on Tucson. So that again is another plus on the Sportage. And on this black car, it's got a beige leather interior on the inside. So beige and black, in my opinion, is always pretty much the nicest combination I think you can get in the car. Isofix point on both sides as well, and then there's an armrest up through the centre, which will also contain 2 drinks holders. But it's just a nice bright place to be, and with the reclining seats, adults or kids either way are going to be very comfortable. Moving up front, the same colour themes continue to apply, so electrics for windows and mirrors in through here. The seats again, like the rear ones, are in really nice condition throughout. Height adjuster we talked about, and if we remember then when we were going for a drive, we have lumbar support down here for lower back to harden it up. There is airbags up high, there's airbags in the side of this seat, there's airbags in the side of this seat, there's curtain airbags up high, front airbags up through along here. And all these doors have side impact protection beams. There's going to be anti-lock brakes, there's emergency brake assist, there's emergency brake distribution, there's the speed sign recognition that you saw already. Lots and lots of stuff to keep you safe in this car. So again, back to our point of view that we saw already, we have trip information in through here, average speed, fuel efficiency, navigation information, radio information, tyre pressure information, and general other settings that are useful to the driver. On this other section of the multifunction steering wheel then, you will have cruise control in through here, which actually contains a speed limiter also, wiper controls in through here, lights we already saw on the outside, which are automated from the point of view of daytime, nighttime, but they also have an automated function, so when you meet traffic, they'll actually dip themselves, and when you go back into unlit area, they'll go full by themselves. And that brings us over through the centre in here, so we've got a split screen setup, so if I go to this side, I get full navigation, or if I go back into the home screen, again, I get the split, and this time I can go into the radio functions. And I do have to say, the technology is pretty much identical between this and the Tucson. However, this is one thing I do find on this one. This one has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which in 2017 wasn't available on the Tucson. So I'm assuming because this is Platinum model, it gets this kind of extra stuff that wasn't available to Tucson. So there's some distinct advantages here on the Sportage over the Tucson for the same time. Other things then, sorry, before I forget to elaborate, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, what it's going to do is allow you to use all the stuff that's on your phone, things like Spotify, WhatsApp, and Google Maps, which is so cool. Reverse cameras up through there, which goes with our parking sensors. And then down through the centre, you have your heating controls with air conditioning and the front heated seats to go at the back. 12 volt, and another USB connector in through there. Small bit of storage down through the centre. Gears are 6 forward and it's quite nice to use. Auto stop start, hill descent control, and parking sensors on or off are controlled up through there. Drinks holders, and then an armrest that goes backwards and forwards with some more storage. Again, gotta sound like I'm beating up the Tucson a bit at the moment, but it has lane keep assist, which again is in terms of safety. And what you can do is have a lane keep assist, which is active or standard or lane departure. The lane keep assist is actively trying to keep you in the lane by manipulating the steering wheel, whereas the departure is just warning you if you depart the lanes. So some people prefer one over the other, but you don't have to have them on. But again, passive safety like that, very, very useful. You never know where your mind's gone sometimes when you're driving. So hopefully now at the end of the video, you have a better idea about this particular car, or if you're looking at Sportages in general, you have a better idea of what they're about, and especially what this Platinum model is all about. If the car is of interest, Brian is my name, 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp for any information you want. Or if you've been watching on YouTube and you think the videos have been useful, please do like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section below if there's anything else you want to know about the car. I think it's important when you're buying your car to get the best example that you can, and I think this one is a nice one. It's in good condition, it's got a good service history as well, but it's also important to buy from the right place as well. So hopefully the video has been useful, and thanks a million for taking time to watch.